Welcome to the Michigan Irish American Hall of Fame's 2014 induction ceremony. We're very glad you're here. You're all very welcome. We're very excited about how our fledgling organization is growing bit by bit, and we hope that we'll grow exponentially as we move forward with this effort that the Muskegon Irish American Society has put together. I'd like to introduce the board members of the Muskegon Irish American Society, which governs the Hall of Fame. First and foremost is Judge Neil Mullally, who's in charge of putting this all together. Judge? Mr. David McIntyre makes sure that our wall of fame that has all the Hall of Fame plaques on it is in order at Hennessy's. Ms. Dee Carlson drives our efforts to make sure everybody in the state knows what we're up to. Mr. Joe Doyle keeps us in line during board meetings. Mr. Bruce Duff keeps our finances in order. And Miss Kathleen Merrick covers me when I'm not around. And my name is Kevin Donovan, and I'm the president of the Muskegon Irish American Society. Thank you very much. And without further ado, we'll bring Neil up, and Neil will take the show from here. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. And let's hear it again for Kevin. He really works hard at this whole operation. I'd like to introduce, we have a couple members. We have a subcommittee that actually gives nominations and handles procedures for the Hall of Fame. And we have with us today our former state representative, Mickey Knight. Oh, Mickey's down here. I'm sorry, Mickey. Yeah, okay. Dan Ryan from Detroit. Okay. And Mick Lane. All right, good, thank you. All right. I haven't missed anyone. All right, no? Okay, good. We have a couple special guests with us today, and I'd like to call upon them to make a few opening remarks. It's very unusual that we're able to have in Muskegon the Consul General of Ireland from Chicago, Mr. Aidan Cronin. And he's here today with his family, and I call on Aidan to make a few remarks. Please welcome him. Give him a warm welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, thank you once again to Neil and to all involved in this wonderful event for including me and Maeve and my family. We're delighted to be here. We don't get over to Muskegon and to Michigan enough, but we're going to change that over the next short while. Sometimes when we think of Irish America back home, we think of the Bostons and the Chicagos and the New Yorks and so on. What we forget sometimes is that there's 48 million of us of you here in the United States. So it stands to reason that really Irish America is everywhere, from north, south, east and west in this great country, including of course Michigan and including Muskegon. We're very proud of the contribution that Irish America in Michigan has made and is making. And I suppose I've got a personal interest in this, in the sense that when I was growing up in Cork City, Ireland, one of the biggest employers in the city was the Ford Motor Company. Henry Ford, his father came from Ballinascarthy in West Cork. And Henry Ford, of course, was born in Dearborn, Michigan. Henry Ford visited Cork in 1912 and in 1917 opened the first Ford manufacturing plant outside of the USA, and he opened that in Cork City. And that plant employed many thousands of not just Irish people, but Cork people, which is very important, between 1917 and 1984. So Michigan, through the Ford company and the Ford family, has made a real contribution to the Irish economy over the years. He was a pioneer in many ways. In the same way as his father coming in this direction was a pioneer, Henry Ford was a pioneer in terms of US multinationals making a contribution to the Irish economy. At present, over 100,000 Irish people are employed by US multinationals in Ireland, and that is a hugely significant contribution to our economy and to our ongoing economic recovery. And I thank Henry Ford from Michigan for that. So thank you, Henry. We see the Irish influence in Michigan in the name places. The Michigan counties of Wexford, Roscommon, Clare, Antrim were named after, of course, Irish counties of the same name. Corktown, the oldest area of Detroit, an area settled after the Great Irish Famine by people from, of course, Cork. And then Henry Ford. So we have a long history here, a long and very proud history here, and I'm glad to see that it's been continued. And I think the Michigan Irish American Hall of Fame is a fantastic initiative. It's a young initiative, but being driven by people like Neil Mullally and by the Muskegon Irish Society, it's destined to be a great success. And again this year, the recipients, Stan Tyler, the late Stan Tyler, Norman Byrne, the Honourable James L. Ryan, Michael Flanagan, Kitty Heinzmann, all people who have made a fantastic contribution, and all people who have made Irish America very proud. So thank you to all of you, the honorees. Thank you to all of you, the Irish Americans of Muskegon and of Michigan. And I personally look forward to working much more closely over the next 12 months with folk here in Muskegon, in Detroit, in Grand Rapids, and of course in Parnell. I mustn't forget Parnell. So thank you all. It's my pleasure to be here with Maeve and Cueva and Kyla. We're loving it, we're loving your company, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Aidan, and thank you for your long journey here from Chicago and with Maeve and your family. At this time, we have a visitor from the East. His name is David O'Connor, and he is the president of the Michigan Irish American Chamber of Commerce in Detroit. And David is going to give a few words of greeting. David.
I want to thank you, Neil, for having us here today. Very much appreciate that. Again, I'm Dave O'Connor. I'm the founder and the president of the Michigan Irish American Chamber of Commerce. We're a new organization, relatively new. We've been up and running for approximately 2 years. And the reason why that we started the organization is because there was no business influence of any type of organization within the Metro Detroit area representing the Irish in business. Many of the other ethnic groups have been forming organizations like this for at least 20 years, if not a little bit longer than that. And so when I saw the opportunity to create an organization for the Irish American business people, I talked to my good friend Dan Ryan, and he said, let's do this, let's put this thing together. And I'll tell you what, my initial knee-jerk reaction as to filling a need has really taken off. We have, like I said, approximately 2 years, we have 72 members, and we're just growing each and every month. And it's really a testament to folks getting to network, getting to know other people who have similar familial backgrounds, and different types of interests, whether it be music and other endeavors. So we're an organization that, as I mentioned, started 2 years ago in Southeast Michigan. One of the major goals that I have for the organization in this upcoming year is to really expand westward. And so we're really wanting to work with folks in the Muskegon, Grand Rapids, Lansing, perhaps even Kalamazoo communities as well to really build on the Michigan Irish American Chamber of Commerce. So I would love to speak with anybody who would like to join the organization, anybody would love to help us grow the organization and really make this a true organization that represents Michigan, not necessarily just Southeast Michigan. So thank you very much for having me today. And thank you, Neil, again for inviting us out here.
The best way to stay healthy? Exercise your voice. At the new Mercy Health, we believe that carefully listening to you and encouraging you to take an active role in your own health care is an important part of keeping you healthy. So you'll find our extensive network of physicians not only use the latest technology, they focus on what you have to say. Your voice, our expertise. Mercy Health.
Buckwheat Schultz & Associates Incorporated. Investment products and services. For more information, call 799-9889 or 866-799-9889.
The Glenside and Northside pubs, from sandwiches, burgers, and Mexican food to starters, salads, soups, and desserts, not to mention their specialty pizzas like Hawaiian, vegetarian, chicken Alfredo, and of course their grand finale. It's the Glenside and Northside pubs.
The Pizza Ranch, featuring a buffet that is guaranteed to please even the pickiest eaters. From a full soup and salad bar, pizzas and breadsticks, to mouth-watering roasted chicken, potatoes and gravy, vegetables, drinks and desserts, all for just one price. Their menu features a wide variety of delectable favorites. You can dine in, carry out, or have your meals delivered. There's something for everyone at the Pizza Ranch.
It's my honor and pleasure to nominate Stan R. Tyler Jr. For this membership. Stan Tyler Jr. was born and raised in Muskegon. He was a proud graduate of Muskegon Catholic Central High School and Notre Dame University. He was a generous benefactor of both schools throughout his entire life. Stan was the owner of Tyler Sales Company Incorporated, which this year is celebrating its 80th anniversary as Muskegon area's most successful beverage distributor. Throughout his life, Stan believed in giving back to his community. For more than 40 years, he sponsored literally hundreds of sports teams in such sports as baseball, softball, bowling, pool leagues, and all of which provided teams and athletes the ability to showcase their talents. Stan also sponsored many community festivals, such as Parties in the Park, the Seaway Festival, the Lumbertown Music Festival, the Muskegon Air Fair, the Muskegon Polka Festival, and yes, the Muskegon Irish Music Festival. Stan was one of the founders of the Muskegon Economic Growth Alliance and was active in many ways as a leader in organizations and clubs promoting the Muskegon area. On a personal note, Stan had a terrific sense of humor, very dry wit, and he loved to sing. Above all, Stan was proud of his wife Mary and their family. And they are here today. I'd ask all the family members of Stan Tyler to stand. Sure. Thank you. I am proud to nominate Stan Tyler for membership in the Michigan Irish American Hall of Fame, and I'd like Stan's widow Mary Tyler and their daughter Kathy Tyler to come forward. Kathy Tyler Schultz, come forward to be able to accept this honor.
My family and I are very very grateful to be here to accept this award. Our only wish is that our dad was here himself to grab it and share a joke or two about his Irish heritage. He enjoyed the Irish jig, watching from afar, not partaking in the dance. He preferred to sing "Oh Danny Boy" with a brew in his hand, which he did in Dublin, Ireland, about 17 years ago. He took us to the Notre Dame Navy game and took us to a pub. And sure enough, I said to the waitress, "You've got to get my dad up there." And he did. He stood up and everybody listened to him sing "Oh Danny Boy" in an Irish pub. And they stood up and gave him a standing ovation. And it was just very heartwarming. Dad loved everything about Muskegon. The water, his boat on the water was one of his favorite things. He enjoyed the seasons. Winter, not so much. He enjoyed people, and he surely enjoyed sharing a Budweiser or two with them at a few of the local watering holes. As Neil said, Dad enjoyed giving back to the community. He's giving back to the community that supported his beverage business. He sponsored hundreds of sports teams. He felt it was very important to give the students and the young youth something to do. He sponsored many festivals, again, as Neil had mentioned. He was also involved in promoting Muskegon through local, statewide, and national groups and organizations. He so enjoyed St. Patrick's Day and selling kegs of green beer. He loved speaking in his imitation Irish brogue. Favorite sayings were "Go Irish," "Go Notre Dame." His all-time favorite motto was, "It's fun to have fun." He surely would be honored that the Irish are honoring him today. Thank you very much, and enjoy the Irish Fest.
At this time, I call forward Dee Carlson, who will make our next nomination.
Good afternoon. I'm Dee Carlson. I'm with Muskegon Public Schools, and it is my honor today to nominate Michael Flanagan, who is the State Superintendent of Public Education for the state of Michigan. A stalwart of education leadership and reform in Michigan, Mike Flanagan pushes local, state, and federal policy to improve instruction for all students. With 30 years of leadership as a local, regional, and state superintendent, Mike brings decisive and practical vision to rebuilding a system that develops stronger education and higher achieving students. As state superintendent since 2005, Mike directs the Michigan Department of Education and advances the public education for all children through authority vested in the state superintendent, in the Michigan Constitution, and state law. He is the chair of the State Board of Education and also advises the state board, the governor, and the state legislature regarding public education in Michigan. Previously, he has served as an executive director of the statewide associations that represent Michigan public school superintendents and intermediate school districts in the state. For 7 years, Mike Flanagan has served as a superintendent of Wayne Regional Education Service Agency, ARESA, and a local superintendent at the Farmington Hills School District in Michigan for 5 years. He is a past chairperson of the Education Alliance of Michigan, a nonprofit coalition of leading parent, business, and education associations, and the past president of the National County Superintendents Association. Superintendent Flanagan has degrees from the University of Notre Dame and Eastern Michigan University. He is married to Anna. He has 3 married children, Mike, Brian, and Krista, and grandchildren, Alicia, Ella, Avery, Will, and Landon. Ladies and gentlemen, State Superintendent Michael Flanagan.
Thank you so much, Dee. And my wife Anna in the audience, I want to thank her first and foremost. And we have another grandchild coming, so they're just coming fast and furious suddenly. And I can't thank you so much, Dee, for your nomination. It means a lot to me. I certainly would also like to thank the Muskegon Irish American Society, the Irish American Hall of Fame Board, the nominating committee, and certainly a warm pure Michigan welcome to our Irish Consul General, Aidan Cronin. We appreciate and respect your attention to our cause here. I just wanted a few things. I was an inner city Brooklyn, New York kid, and my grandparents emigrated from Ireland. And I was inspired as a kid by John Kennedy to public service. And so really it's such an honor for me to be in this position with you today. My parents, especially my grandmother, she was a real Irish person at heart and in every other way. They'd be so very proud. And so I'm humbled, I'm blessed. And I feel, well, near speechless. But I'm Irish, so I'm not totally speechless. This is, so like so many Irish of my generation here in this country, you know, we were born into challenging conditions in Brooklyn, New York. I was the oldest of 8. That's like stereotypical, right? It's big families in those days. My father served as a teenager. I remind our kids he was 17 when he went into World War II and didn't get out until he was 21. And so a lot of I wanted them to know that that's the kind of effort that a lot of our folks took in order to have the world that we have today. He survived that. He came home, started a family, worked as a waiter in the beginning. He used the GI Bill to go to St. John's University, got a degree, built a better future for himself and for us. He instilled in all 8 of us the importance of education and later encouraged me to attend the University of Notre Dame, where I was very moved to hear that Stan was such a fan himself. You know, in New York City, you don't know there's any other, especially in that day, if you were an Irish Catholic kid, that's where you went. I like state and I like Michigan also since I've moved here, but that was the mecca for Irish kids. If you were an Irish kid in New York City, you went to Notre Dame if you could get in. Although I didn't know it was out in the middle of nowhere. Seriously, I got there and I thought, what the heck is this? This is like cornfields. But to me, it was all Irish, it was grand, it was the importance of getting a good education that pushed so many of us forward. Inspires me to this day in my job as state superintendent. And I must say, I mean, I wake up every morning. We have almost 2 million kids in our schools here. And I'm haunted by it to some degree because our poorest kids, particularly poor rural and urban kids, are still so in such tough conditions and very difficult to help them get to reach their full potential. I remember challenging times like that, and I had parents that pushed us hard. So it gives me hope and certainty that every child in Michigan, no matter what their circumstances are, no matter what the obstacles that they're going to have to face, I know they can make it, but they really can make it, particularly in this area, Muskegon, for all of us to work together, whether in public schools, parochial schools, charter schools, to work together to help them make it. The Irish here in America and in Michigan, we've overcome a lot of hardships. And our success is a model for everyone. It's hard work, it's good education, it's family, it's faith. And so I'm Mike Flanagan. I'm proud to be an Irish American. By the way, this is my coach. And so I'm proud to be an Irish American. And now I'm also proud to be a member of the Michigan Irish American Hall of Fame. And I can't thank you enough for this great honor. Thanks so much.
The fresh and tasty deli located inside the Henry Street Health Hut offers a variety of options for every diet. Organic, raw, vegan, vegetarian, gluten, or grain-free. You can sample specialty sandwiches, or you can build your own wrapper salad by choosing from a wide selection of fresh meats, cheeses, veggies, and dressings. From gourmet soups to smoothies, shakes, juices, herbal teas and coffee to mouth-watering desserts. The fresh and tasty deli is here to serve you.
Beginning as a lumber company in 1911, Frederick's Construction has been servicing the Muskegon area since 1969. Family owned and operated, they specialize in roofing, siding, windows, insulation, additions, doors, decks, and more. Located at 1940 Commerce Street in beautiful downtown Muskegon, their phone number is 231-722-3937. When you want quality workmanship, you want Frederick's Construction.
Muskegon's Hackley Public Library is an excellent source for help, information, and great entertainment on virtually any topic. The friendly, knowledgeable staff is always available to help you with finding information on any topic you need. They can help you with using the free public access computers, and they look forward to showing you books, audio CDs, DVDs, and much more. Whether you live in the city or outside, the Hackley Public Library in downtown Muskegon is there to help with everything imaginable.
At this time, we'll introduce Mick Lane, who will present our next nominee. Mick Lane.
Back in 1940, a young lad was born to a family of Irish immigrants from County Wicklow. Norm was raised in a large Irish Catholic family. At the center of that family was their Catholic faith in and around the parish of St. Patrick in a wee village called Parnell, located in the township of Grattan. Now most people, when I say St. Patrick, they know that's Irish. Of course, Parnell, most of them recognize that, but Henry Grattan was a very famous land league orator during the day. So it's a very Irish area. Norm began his journey as an entrepreneur at a very young age. He was born and worked on the family farm, and he maintained that farm. Unfortunately, when Norm was just a kid, he was 16 years old when his father passed. And he left him responsible for a family and that third generation homestead. That ended Norm's formal education, but it was just the beginning of that man using his caring and his ingenuity and his integrity to take care of his family and his mother and his community. And as you will note in the comments, everything that Norm has touched, he's cared about. He could have easily have been nominated in philanthropy just as easy as he's been nominated in business. After high school, Norm worked several jobs concurrently, helping to support the family, but he was working at a electrical supply or manufacturing place, and that's where he got the idea, and he borrowed $1,000. And he went and bought a 500-pound press, and he started Norm's Byrne Electrical Specialties in the basement of his home. By the way, his first employee plays mandolin in my band, as Tom Verlin. There's a great story during those times when Norm bought this 500-pound press, and they had to move it into the basement of this little, it's hard to even call it a ranch house. And when they were moving it up on the porch, they broke the steps to the porch. So Norm, they got it down there, but I guess Rosemary was just mad as hell that they broke her steps. But he built another set of steps, and he said that was no big deal. And during those early years, he continued to work full time, and then of course make this business in the basement of his house. He had no formal training in electrical engineering, and yet today Norm owns over 100 patents in electrical specialties, and he's got some still pending, I think. He became friends with a guy named Ed Mansowitz and worked for him at Grand Rapids Spring and Wire all day, and then worked in his basement at night. I got to tell you one of the things that drew me to him, and that's the way Norm treats his family, and the way he treats his business, and the way he treats his community. He has been recognized at the state and at national levels for his employee relations. I'm a guy who worked in employee relations for almost 30 years. I've never seen anybody who does it like Norm. He views his business employees as part of his family. The kids, his kids grew up on the floor of that factory. I mean, they were just part of it. Rosemary, the story goes, one night was telling one of the guys that had worked an awful lot of hours with Norm, and Rosemary called and said, ask him if he's had dinner. And he hadn't, and she said, bring him on home and we'll have dinner at the house. Just for one of the employees. That's the kind of guy Norm is. Every year on St. Patrick's Day, he hosts this big party for all of his employees. Caters in a meal. They tell me he hires a pretty damn good Irish band, too. I think it's my band, as a matter of fact. And he puts on a big party, and he feeds them, and he gives them the day off. The guy is so Irish, his swimming pool is shaped like a shamrock. That's Norm. His pride in his roots. are just amazing. But it's not just his business and all that. Norm has been a trustee on the Lowell School Board, member of the Rockford Economic Committee, member of the Underwriting Laboratories Advisory Committee, a member of the Rockford Chamber of Commerce, a member of the Economic Club of Grand Rapids, member of the Ancient Order of Hibernians, director of the Boy Scouts of America, member of St. Robert's of Newminster's Building Committee. You get in the drift? This is a man who dearly loves his community. There's also a story about Norm, how one day he and Rosemary were having ice cream in Lowell, and they happened to see a meeting at the library. And they walked in, and it was to build a hospitality house, kind of like, like McDonald's house. They need to raise some money. Norm writes a check on the spot. That's the kind of caring man he is. This is a man who, and his wife, who give friendship unconditionally. They represent the very best of our culture and all the things they brought from our wonderful motherland of Ireland. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my absolute pleasure to introduce to you my friend, Norm Byrne.
Now you can tell there's a little bit of Irish bullshit in that speech. He might exaggerate a little bit, but I really appreciate the honor, and I appreciate the fact and the compliments of Mick and all the people that I've met. And, I'm not good with names, but I want to thank everyone that was involved in this event. And what's the proper term? Our Irish, not ambassador, but I don't have to say it correctly. You all know who he is. And we're hoping to have him the partner of Michigan. The only disappointing part of him is probably that there's no out there anymore. But we still have a store and a wonderful church you'll get to see. And we have a couple pubs very close, so we'll do fine. I think probably I ought to just talk a little bit about Irish heritage. And my great-grandfather, who came here many years ago in the, I believe, the 1870s, and was the first one to farm the farm that we still have a piece of. We don't have it all, but we still got 50 acres of it, and we presently live there. But he had to be inventive, and he had to be a businessman, because he came there, I'm sure, he had to clear the land, do all the hard things that have to be done to make it a small farm. Then many years later, my father took it over and raised 8 children on that small farm, small dairy farm, crops, chickens, all the good things. But I think my success is probably based on the fact that at a very early age, I learned that if you stuck to it, worked hard, you could have a chance of success, way beyond your dreams. So I'm not a great speaker, but I think most of the emphasis should go on the fact that it was a good family bringing up, and it was a great life, and it was a tough life, but it was a life that taught you, if you don't do anything else, stick to it, work hard at it, and you will be successful. And I wish to get that message to our younger children. Doesn't matter what they do, how they do it, whether they become very successful or just a good family person, whatever be their job, if they work hard at it, they'll do well. Then I gotta, if it wasn't for, like, Mick already said it all. If it wasn't for family and my lovely wife, Rosemary, our son here is Dan, Kathy's here, our second oldest, and Molly, our youngest, and Kelly, our oldest, couldn't make it. But if it wasn't for the great family, I wouldn't be here receiving this honor, which I appreciate very much. Thank you.
Benson's Drug Company, the home of Benson's Bottom Pain. Offering an expanded grocery selection, Medicare billing, and diabetes management and education. Benson's now features a Kodak machine, which allows customers to edit, copy, and develop their own photos.
McDonald's Candies. 1064 South Getty Street in Muskegon features an assortment of chocolate-covered nuts and creams, peanut clusters, fudge, seafoam, turtles, cherry cordials, and regular and holiday novelties.
Getting this family together is like herding cats.
Simplifying things for families is a priority here at Grange Insurance. We offer a variety of policies through Grange Independent Agent.
Your partner in protection.
Hello, my name is Brett Wright. I own and operate Phoenix Crematory Services. Phoenix Crematory Services is located in Muskegon, Michigan, and we work with area funeral homes offering cremation services. We also are able to work directly with your family and their cremation needs. If you would like more information on the services that we have to offer, please contact us 231-733-5200 or go on our website, www.muskegoncremation.com. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Brenda Harris with Nexus Realty, turning dreams into an address. I support DSETV.
Next, I would like to introduce the Honorable Dan Ryan, Circuit Court Judge from Wayne County. Again, from a visitor from the East in Detroit. And he will make our next nomination.
Thank you very much. I think it must be a prerequisite that you graduate from Notre Dame in order to address this distinguished group here this morning, or this afternoon. I'd like to take the opportunity to introduce my father, the Honorable James L. Ryan, as a recipient of the, or as an inductee. On behalf of the 4 children, Jim, Colleen, Kathleen, his my 8 children, we still have 8 Irish, we still keep that going. We have to cover the polls. But my 8 children, he's got 4, my siblings have 4 others, his 2 grandchildren. It's a distinct privilege to be invited here to induct my father. He was born in 1932. He went to Catholic Central. I think we're convinced that he went to Catholic Central because their mascot was the Shamrocks. Then he went on to the University of Detroit, graduated undergrad, his law degree, and then had a very successful political career. Started out as, well, he first did a tour in the Navy, and then spent 30 years in the reserves after that, retiring as a captain. But then went on to Justice of the Peace for Redford. Then he was a circuit court judge in Wayne County, 3rd Circuit, from 1965 to 1975. Then he was appointed to the Michigan Supreme Court, where he served from 1975 to 1985, when an enlightened Irish president named Ronald Reagan decided to appoint him to the 6th Circuit Court of Appeals, where he is now on inactive status. But in 1985, he served as a Michigan delegate or representative on the U.S. 6th Circuit Court of Appeals, which is for Michigan, Ohio, Kentucky, and Tennessee. I want to be, although Irish, I wish to be remembered for my brevity. So at this time, I would like to introduce, and it is my distinct privilege on behalf of my siblings and children and his grandchildren to wish my father well as a new member of the Michigan Irish Hall of Fame.
Thank you, Dan. I told him to keep it brief, and he never was obedient. It's really an honor for me to be present at this meeting of the Notre Dame Alumni Association. I didn't go to Notre Dame because I don't think I could have gotten in. but my money and two of my kids went there, and I'd like to recognize my wife, Loretta Ryan, who is in the front row. Loretta and I are newlyweds, only about 5 years. She a widow and I a widower. And Loretta sent two of her sons to Notre Dame, and I'm sick of the place, to be honest. I'm very grateful to Neil and to the committee of the Muskegon Irish Festival, and I have just a couple of observations to make. Not at length, I assure you. So, with tribute to our General Counsel from Ireland and Mrs. Cronin and the authorities who put together this magnificent festival. I was born and raised in southeastern Michigan, and we thought we had a pretty solid Irish-American community there. We got nothing compared to this. So thank you very much for this over-the-top honor. I accept it in the name of so many Irish-American public servants who are far more deserving of this recognition than I. Public servants of Irish heritage, such as the great Frank Kelly, the Eternal General, who was honored last year here. Many of my dear friends present and in heaven who are Irish deserve this far more than I, but they didn't get here. You know, this wonderful... Easy, Mickey. This wonderful festival goes a long way to advance not only our Irish-American heritage, but to put to rest the phony Hollywood Irish stereotype of the mostly pub-crawling drunk Irish. And instead, you focus on the real essence of the pricelessness of our Irish heritage and the Irish contribution to the arts in the Western world. And particularly I have in mind in music and in literature and in language. This festival elevates those gifts to where they ought to be. The gifts I guess I most cherish in my Irish heritage, not because I have it, but because I admire it, is the gift of language and the gifts of public service. I'm really proud of the disproportionately large number of Irish-American public servants who have served you and me in the state of Michigan. If you need any further evidence of how disproportionately large the Irish community is in public service, all you had to do was look at the police department and the fire department in New York on 9/11. If you needed any further proof, many of whom, as you know, gave their last full measure of devotion there. And you may be surprised to know, there was reference to the military here, you may be surprised to know, as I have learned not very long ago, that a disproportionately large number of members of the United States Marine Corps Officer Corps are Irish Catholics, and that has always been the case. Irish have been involved in public service and military service, to overuse the word, in a disproportionately large percentage for generations. And by the way, if I may just be permitted the personal observation, our son Dan, who is the father of 8, has 2 sons on active duty in the Navy presently, and has another one who is in training to become a Marine Corps platoon leader after he is commissioned at Texas A&M. I'm very proud of them. But I guess the brightest jewel in the Irish crown, in terms of the legacy the Irish have left us, is, of course, literature, language, music, particularly poetry. The heroes of our Irish heritage are, you know them, Yeats, Joyce, C.S. Lewis, Samuel Beckett, George Bernard Shaw, Jonathan Swift, and countless others, not just barflies. They gave us our language, and they gave us the English language, its spit and its sparkle and its wit and its whimsy and its richness and its music. And they are what flower our Irish-American language. The British gave us our language, but the Irish taught us how to use it. And I would just like to close by reading a brief one-paragraph statement written by an anonymous Irishman. I dearly wish I knew who he was. He wrote this: "The English language brings out the best in the Irish. They court it like a beautiful woman. They make it brave with donkey laughter. They hurl it at the sky like a paint pot full of rainbows. And they make it chant a dirge for man's fate and man's folly. A dirge that is as mournful as the misty spring rain crying over the fallow earth of Ireland. Rarely has a people paid the lavish compliment and taken the subtle revenge of turning their oppressor's speech into sorcery." End of quote. Thank you so much for thinking of me as part of this Hall of Fame. I'm grateful.
You know, Judge Ryan, many of you may not know that I'm a probate judge in Muskegon County. Every year, all the judges in Michigan, we have to go to what's called mandatory continuing legal education. And for many years, Judge Ryan was one of the major presenters teaching us at those seminars. And that carried me right back probably to those days, Jim, and thank you very much. And as you saw, he always peppers a lot of humor through all his presentations and keeps everyone's attention. Our last inductee is Kitty Heinzmann, and she is involved in the FESH, the dance competition, all day today, and she's going to be inducted officially at the dance, at the Parade of Champions tonight, so she will not be here this afternoon. So this concludes our ceremony. Thank you very much, everyone, for attending, and enjoy the festival.
In the 150 years we've been in business, many things have changed. Our greatest achievements are rooted in the things that haven't. Years ago, the person you called banker was also the person you called friend. When it came to service, there were fewer layers and friendlier smiles. And banks earned the trust of their customers and community while working tirelessly not to lose it. At Independent Bank, all this remains true today. Sure, we've made advances that help customers bank more conveniently and more comfortably. But at the end of the day, we know that people really need a trustworthy partner committed to their financial goals, dreams, and aspirations. And we've been happy to be that partner since 1864.
Hello, Muskegon. My name is Mark Dubin. I'm the owner here at RPM Automotive. We've been here since 1996. We're a full-service auto repair center. We do both foreign and domestic repairs. Most of our repairs are performed same day. We do everything from AC, engine repair, and computer diagnostics. Feel free to call or come by and see us. We're located on Getty Street, next to the Getty Street Grill.
The Most Wanted sale is now on at Langlois. Get FBI sale prices on the Most Wanted living rooms, dining rooms, and bedrooms, and the Most Wanted HD TVs and appliances. With FBI pricing and no interest for 1 full year. Only at Langlois on Henry Street, Muskegon.
The Michigan Hall of Fame, Irish American Hall of Fame, is housed here in Muskegon at Hennessy's Irish Restaurant and Pub, just a few blocks from here. So it is gaining more and more recognition, and we are taking nominations. If you go to the website, you can nominate people that you think have been important in Michigan, who have an Irish American heritage, who have been important in education and entertainment and the arts and so forth. There are categories there. And tonight's inductee was nominated by, I believe, several of you. And we're very proud to have her. Please, I have not mentioned her name even yet. How do you know? Okay. All right. Also with me, with us here tonight is one of our Hall of Fame board members, Dee Carlson, and she's going to also perform a little honor for our honoree tonight. Our honoree tonight, who is going to be inducted into the 2014 class of the Michigan Irish American Hall of Fame, was born in Westport, Ireland. She immigrated to the United States as a teenager and settled in the Detroit area. She then began, well, she was married into the family and so on, but she always started and began dancing and teaching dancing. And this honoree tonight is responsible for the spread of Irish dance throughout the state of Michigan and beyond. Everybody, these wonderful young ladies here and everybody that we've seen all these 15 years here at the music festival, they are directly responsible as descendants of this honoree tonight. It gives me great honor. And I couldn't be, and I really never knew her before today, and it's been really, really great to know her now. It's my great honor to induct into the Michigan Irish American Hall of Fame for 2014, Kitty Heinzmann. Before Kitty's going to be allowed to say a few words, but before that happens, we have a special honor again that Dee Carlson is going to take care of. Dee Carlson.
Thank you. We have a letter here from the United Irish Societies, and it says, Dear Kitty, on behalf of the United Irish Society's 34 member organizations, we would like to congratulate you on your induction into the Michigan Irish American Hall of Fame. The United Irish Societies is made up of Irish organizations across the Detroit metropolitan area whose mission is to promote Irish heritage, support the community, and charitable events throughout the year, and to fundraise and stage the annual Detroit St. Patrick's Day Parade. The Heinzmann School of Irish Dance in the Art Academy has a long history of contributing to our mission. Thank you, Kitty, for your lifelong commitment and the contributions to the United Irish Society and the entire Irish community. Your dedication to sharing your love of Irish dance, music, and culture has touched the lives of many young men and women and their entire families. We are very proud of your accomplishments. Best wishes to you and your entire family and continued success in the future. And it's signed by the United Irish Societies Board, Michael Kelly, President.
What can I say? Thank you, thank you, thank you. 100 times over. I have to say that it has given me great, great pleasure. I came here to America, I was 16 and a half years old. I knew nothing. What a pleasure it is. The Americans were so welcoming. I have learned so much. When I first became involved in Fesciana, which are fesh, we used to dance on the back of a truck. For lights, they'd have to use car lights. Look how sophisticated it has come. There's a couple of friends here. One, she's now a judge, but I knew Judy when she was a little girl. Many of you here are all adults married with your own children. I knew you when you were little children. And now I've been blessed. There are 3 generations of my complete family dancing. My 2 grandchildren are here, Sean and Hannah, my daughter-in-law, my cousin Mike, his beautiful wife Arlene, my sisters, the Cassidys. Just every one of you I know one way or the other way. I just want to tell you all, thank you, thank you, thank you, 1,000 times.
This concludes the ceremony. Now we'll have the Parade of Champions. Thank you, everyone. And remember, the Michigan Irish American Hall of Fame, you're welcome and invited to nominate people that you think should belong. And we'll look for you again back at the festival next year. Thank you.
Champion reels up. Hey, they're all gonna smile and look lovely, aren't we? Woohoo! All right, remember your job out there, you're just sitting there, right? This is your job, right here like this. Can everybody do that? Try it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lovely. You guys are a great crowd. Here we go.
The Village at Park Terrace Senior Living Community, offering beautiful yet affordable 1- and 2-bedroom apartment homes as well as 2-bedroom cottages. Rent includes a wide variety of exceptional services, from daily meals shared in the dining room or delivered to your door, to scheduled activities and social events, to 24-hour emergency on-call service. Their expert, caring staff is there to assist you with all of your retirement needs. The Village at Park Terrace Senior Living Community, where you can enjoy the luxuries and comfort of your own home without the work and worry.
Exhaust specialties, from trucks and cars to street rods and Model Ts, both foreign and domestic. Exhaust specialties now includes brakes, shocks, suspension work, and minor engine repair. They use only heavy gauge stainless and aluminum pipe. They also feature custom tools as well as a selection of lubes, oils, and filters and other auto parts. Exhaust Specialty is located at 5401 Apple Avenue in Muskegon.
A monument is far more than a means of marking a resting place. It is a symbol of love and devotion. During your time of need, the designers and engravers at Superior Monument will work closely with you and your family. Superior Monument, building honor, respect, joy, and remembrance of a life.
Northway Lanes, 1751 Evanston Avenue in Muskegon, featuring 50 auto-score lanes, cosmic bowling, billiards, a cafe and banquet facility, lounge and pro shop. Looking for somewhere to hold your child's next birthday party? Northway Lanes can supply everything you need, from invitations and decorations to personal pizzas, hot dogs and fries, to soft drinks, ice cream and goodie bags, even a private party room.
Hi, I'm Wendy from Healthy Focus. We provide home health care services to people in Western Michigan. We can supply RNs, LPNs, home health aides, certified nurse aides to meet your needs and keep you in your home.
Hello, Jimmy John's.
Jimmy John's here.
What took you so long?
Jimmy John, freaky fast delivery.
I love the men in uniform.
Jimmy John, freaky fast delivery.
Whether you're a first-time jewelry browser looking for an extraordinary engagement ring, a couple celebrating your 60th anniversary, or you're just looking to treat yourself or mark an important event, Prothheim & Swanson Gemworks is proud to offer custom-made selections handcrafted in America. Silver, fine-colored gems, diamonds, and gold jewelry, as well as strands of lustrous quality pearls. From ring and watch appraisals to in-house jewelry design and repair, ring sizing, remounting, to a complete rebuilding, you can rely on them to keep your old favorites looking new. K&S Gemworks, Muskegon's community jeweler. Memories made one at a time.
I believe you should have a choice in who your next circuit court judge should be. My opponent was appointed by Governor Snyder only months ago when a sitting circuit court judge retired. I'm here to give you that choice. My name is Brenda Sprader, and I'm asking for your vote on November 4th in the general election. I have the right courtroom experience, having worked as a public defender, representing Muskegon County's youth in their juvenile proceedings and helping mothers, fathers, and children through their abuse-neglect cases. I also have a law firm in Muskegon County where I practice family and criminal law. I have the right courtroom experience. I have the life experience, the integrity and the drive that Muskegon County needs on their circuit court bench. I'm asking you to vote for me, Brenda Sprader, on November 4th to be your next circuit court judge.
Paid for by the committee to elect Brenda Sprader for Circuit Court Judge.
Hannah Ward. Woo! You guys aren't clapping very good. Come on. Come on. Come on, you can do this. Not hard. Rachel Boucher. Dave Boucher.
When your transmission is in trouble, it is important to find reliable and honest mechanics. National Transmission will get the job done right. Located at 4037 East Apple Avenue in Muskegon, you can call them at 231-788-3244.
With 4 convenient locations, Jack's Corner Store is one-stop shopping at its best. Tools, fresh meats, produce, chips, snacks, and other grocery items, beer, wine, and liquor, even gas and lottery. That's why Jack's is your corner store and so much more.
Wanted cars, trucks, vans. Sprague's Auto Parts offers top prices for your wrecked, junk, or unwanted vehicles. Cash on the spot. We pick up or you drop off. For more information, call 231-726-2988. Sprague's Auto Parts, 81 South Getty Street, Muskegon. We buy cars for cash.
Hi, I'm Holly Hughes, running for state representative. Jobs are my #1 priority. I worked in the state legislature on a number of bills to help with jobs here in Muskegon County. I've also worked locally on the Veterans Job Fair. We started that 3 years ago and it continues today. Education is also my top priority. I worked hard on the Promise Zone legislation to make a difference for kids who want to go to college who can't afford it. I know that you and I both want a Muskegon County where our kids and grandkids can grow up and live. And in order to do that, we need jobs and a strong education. I'm Holly Hughes. Your vote is important to me. I ask for your support for state representative. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
9 years, West Michigan Driving Academy has been providing Muskegon County with complete, comprehensive driver's education. Students spend time both in the classroom and on the road in a state-approved driver's education vehicle with state-certified instructors. West Michigan Driving Academy is the only school in Muskegon that offers both day and evening classes throughout the summer. Accident-free with 150 years of combined experience, you will drive safe at West Michigan Driving Academy.
Your vehicle is an important part of your life. It gets you where you need to go. Take care of it by bringing it to Van's Car Wash and Quick Lube. At Van's Quick Lube, every vehicle gets up to 6 quarts of high-quality Quaker State oils, new oil filter, and a free car wash with every service. If you need a quick wash that is done right the first time, then stop by any convenient Van's Car Wash and experience the hand-scrubbed and Simonized difference. Keep your car running and looking great at Van's Car Wash and Quick Lube. 6 convenient locations, 1 near you.
Buckwheat Schultz & Associates Incorporated. Investment products and services. For more information, call 799-9889 or 866-799-9889.
Living healthy is more than just counting carbs and exercising, it's a lifestyle choice. Embrace sound, natural alternatives, cultivate and sustain a better way to healthy living. The Health Hut offers a wide selection of vitamins, minerals, herbs, medicinal mushrooms, women's and men's supplements, as well as a vast array of skincare and beauty products. Their friendly, knowledgeable staff is always on hand to help you choose the products that best suit your individual needs. The Health Hut. We have your good health in mind.
Fred Wilson on guitar there.
Have you had enough yet? When you vote, do you hold your nose? Do you vote for the lesser of two evils? A Republican Party that wants to waste time on social issues and legislate morality while supporting big business and rich fat cats? A Democratic Party who has never seen a project that they couldn't spend your money on, taking from you to give to someone else. Well, in Muskegon County, we have a chance to change this. Independent candidate Alan Jagger doesn't want the money that would buy his vote. Alan believes in smaller government, less regulation, and local control. He supports fixing right to work, part-time legislature, and returning money to local government and schools. No more taxes, fees, or fines. You can send a message by voting independent. Alan Jagger for 91st District State House of Representatives.
Hello, Jimmy Johns. Hurry. Jimmy Johns. That's fast.
Jimmy Johns, freaky fast delivery. Jimmy Johns, freaky fast delivery.
love to shop on the net. Just look at all this stuff.
We're pretty net savvy at Grange Insurance. We understand what the web does well.
Buying insurance online, that's another matter.
And not so well.
Your partner in protection.
At Langlois Home Furnishing in Muskegon, we've been serving West Michigan for over 65 years. Langlois is a local family-owned store with national buying power. We carry the largest selection of mattresses from Serta in West Michigan. Plus, we can help with design ideas. We also have a great selection of the latest top brand appliances and HD TVs. Discover what's new for you at Langlois Home Furnishings on Henry Street in Muskegon.